welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, hello, welcome. I am glad to have you and I hope you stick around. My name's Bunny. I am the owner of the Misfits Apothecary, and we started back in 2022, and then life happened and the shop has been on hiatus for a couple years, but we are back bigger and better than before in 2025. I am chronicling the journey to make this a successful shop. So if you are curious, if you're interested in watching the creative process behind the scenes or anything like that, please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, anything that you would prefer to help out the channel. I do appreciate however you prefer to interact with this video, and I hope you enjoy. And welcome to the apothecary. If it seems like I'm off today, I am having an off day. It's taken me almost an hour to get this far in recording the video because I just could not get an intro out that was cohesive. I felt like everything was just word vomit. So there may be some like cuts and things throughout the video. I'm hoping to keep it as smooth as possible, but just in case, you know, guys, that we are all human and we struggle, and I am on the struggle carriage today. So anyway, I have a lot of really exciting updates today about the shop. I got the last shipment of the supplies that I was waiting on for production, so I have started production, and I wanted to give you guys some sneak peeks of some products as well as a big surprise and a potential coupon code at the end. So you have a reason to stick around, you have a reason to listen to me babble, because it'll be worth it, I promise, because this is going to be some really fun stuff that we are going to be doing here soon. As far as a surprise, you just have to be patient with me while I show you guys some things that we have in the works for products on the shop. That's why I probably feel so scatterbrained today, is I know I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish, and I feel like actually prioritizing them and not just trying to get it all done at once has been a really big struggle for me, because that is something that I struggle with in general with having ADHD, and today just wants to be particularly trying on my patients. So anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing on about that. As far as item updates, now that we are in production mode, I have 2 items that are going to be available at launch along with the laundry enhancer and soap. I haven't started making soap yet because I am still waiting on a separate pitcher, because I do not want to mix my wax melt mixes with my soap mixes, because nobody wants waxy soap. So I am waiting on that pitcher, which will come today. In my next update, I will hopefully have some really nice soap to show you, which I'm super excited about, because I do have the molds and I have the base for the goat's milk soap and all of my supplies to make it. So be on the lookout for that vlog. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, I have 2 items to show you, and I have these basically as like a demo to show you guys kind of what to expect. There are going to potentially be tweaks and changes here and there before we do see the final product, but you guys at least kind of have a rough draft of how you're going to see these items in the shop. So first things first, this is going to be the containers for our moon melts. So they are really thick cardboard. There is no plastic. The label can be removed, so this can be reused, but then also it is not plastic, so it is a lot easier to dispose of or even repurpose. These are really good quality containers. So this container right here houses our moon melts, and this is kind of a rough mock-up, as you can tell on the label. I just kind of threw a border on there. That's not going to be the final border. As you can tell, it was cut off too, and you kind of can see the moon before. I mean, luckily that didn't get cut off, but it's a nice holographic, just really pretty label. The text is this is going to be a whole different thing, but I just kind of wanted to get the gist of how this is going to fit on the container. So this is like our mock-up of it. So this is Whimsy, which I've already changed the name of this scent. This is actually the scent Velvet Moon, which I feel like is a lot more fitting for the scent notes in it, and just I'm a lot happier with the way that the name fits here versus just Whimsy. You can open it, and we have hand-poured moon melts. So these melts are hand-poured, and you can see that they are two-tone. They're gold. They're gold, and then they have this really pretty blue lavender color on the back, which is like the most of the melt, and then the gold on the top. And these are hand poured by me, so these will be made to order. They're going to be small batches, but that has multiple purposes behind it. That way you have the freshest wax melts, and oh my god, it smells so good. This way you have the freshest wax melts getting to your door. They're made with love, so you're going to see some that there may be some that have, you know, a little bit different characteristics. Like this one has a lot of gold on it. This one is a little bit less, but it's because these are each individual wax melt in here is hand poured by me. Scented, pigment added, all of that is me. So it's going to be a more artisanal style, but there's a lot of love put into these. So the uniqueness speaks for themselves, as well as knowing that you're going to get a very good quality melt. And these are going to be 5-ounce drums. I'm still pricing it out, so I'm not going to really put a price just yet. If I do get the pricing down to something that I'm happy with, because I obviously I need to make a profit, but I don't want to make this, I still want to make it accessible. I am going to put the price up here. Know that that is also subject to change between then and when it goes live. As we get closer, I will have a final video of the items, as well as the full price list. I'll be going over our fragrance list. I'll be doing a lot of things leading up to the shop dropping to get you guys familiar with our products. And this smell, as I mentioned, it is Velvet Moon, which to me, it just was really fitting for that. It's very whimsy goth, but I didn't want to just put whimsy. I felt like it just was missing something. I didn't want to go straight up whimsy goth. I just wanted it to be a memorable name. And to me, Velvet Moon just really encapsulated that scent. To give you guys an idea of the scent profile of Velvet Moon and give you a teaser of one of the fragrances that will be available in all of the offerings we have. This is a powdery floral with notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, and sweet musk. It smells wonderful. It smells very ethereal, but soft. I absolutely adore the scent. I'm really excited for you guys to try that fragrance and see for yourself. I was really happy with how it turned out. And again, that is Velvet Moon, and the moon melts for Velvet Moon will be this color. I'm going to do different color crescent moons depending on the scent. So this is going to be the one for Velvet Moon, and I just think those colors are very fitting for it. This next item is going to be a gift item, but I definitely recommend get it for yourself, treat yourself, but it makes for a nice functional gift. It's part of the reason I am leaning so heavy into giftable items, is because I love to receive functional gifts as well as give functional gifts, because it's something that is memorable as well as something that is useful and not just taking up space on a shelf collecting dust. This is going to be, I love how beautiful these turned out. These are going to be our dryer ball gift sets. The version that will actually be put together and shipped out is actually going to have an extra paper honeycomb wrap around the bottle. Give it extra protection for mailing and gifting. So once you receive it, you'll just open it up. You'll be able to take the paper honeycomb layer off of the bottle and start using it. So what is in the bottle? That's a good question. So the bottles are these cute little 30 milliliter green glass bottles, and there's nothing in this one. I just put this together as a demo, but it has a dropper lid. So you're going to be able to select the fragrance that goes into your dropper bottle. It will be filled, sealed, as you can, I wanted to show you guys that we will seal these so it will not leak, and then that will be put into the bag. So when you receive this set, you'll be able to take this out, you'll unwrap it, and you'll be able to take your dryer ball, you'll take your dropper out, drop your oil all around the dryer ball, and you'll be able to throw them in the dryer and use these as a replacement for dryer sheets. I will include instructions with these on our product page. I think I'm going to eventually include cards, instruction cards, with these as well. So that is in the works. I do have to still design those. I do have to get those printed. You'll take your oil, you'll put it on your wool ball, 5 to 6 drops. You'll toss them in your dryer, and then I usually let them tumble for about a minute, just to get that scent to start working its way into the dryer balls, especially when these are brand new. It just kind of gets them acclimated to the scent, and it helps it absorb into the wool better. And then you'll be able to add your clothes into the dryer and dry like normal. So these are a great eco-friendly, reusable alternative to dryer sheets, and you'll also be able to select exactly how you want them to smell. So it's going to work great. We are going to have these 30 milliliter bottles listed in the shop as well once the launch happens, and that way you can keep using these guys, don't toss these, but you can either get a refill or you can try some other fragrance or whatever you prefer. You'll be able to just get this, so you won't have to buy a whole nother gift set. If you did end up wanting to buy more, of course you could, but you do have the option to just be able to buy the fragrance and mix and match depending on what you're wanting, what you're feeling, what you're wanting to smell when you're doing your laundry, because I really want to make laundry be a more pleasant experience for all of us, because none of us like to do laundry, and giving that bit of aromatherapy and a bit of relaxation and pleasantness and pleasant atmosphere really goes a long way. Basically, you're incorporating your self-care into your everyday tasks, and it makes those things a little bit easier to accomplish, I find personally. So that's the other thing that I wanted to show you guys. I'm super excited about these as well. I have used these for years. When we originally had the shop open on Etsy in 2022, this was something that I had planned even back then that I wanted to do at some point. So the fact that I have made this happen, and it is in such a cute little presentation. All of the bags are going to be our signature burgundy color. We use a lot of burgundy and gold and black and charcoal in our shop colors. So again, very cohesive. So I put this together yesterday and I was just ecstatic. It just looks so good together. And I hope you guys are super excited about this too. So that's the other thing that I have done. I do have all of my soap base right here staring at me in the face. So hopefully we'll have that to show off. We'll have that to show off in the next vlog. So since you guys have been so patiently awaiting for the big surprise that I have at the end of the video, it is the end of the video, so I am going to surprise you guys with this. I was toying around with some ways to be able to get you guys to get interested, try out some of these things before the shop launch, as well as giving me a way to further fund the shop to make it bigger and better as I'm working on the website. So what I ended up deciding to do is I am reopening the Etsy store. So while we won't have everything in the store, I am going to put a little bit of everything. So there's like a sneak peek on the shop. So I'm going to list I'm going to have the fragrance list in the product description. So I will be filming a scent description video about our fragrances. I'll be doing that as well. I'll be doing a video on the fragrance list as well, but you guys will also be able to read the descriptions and see what scent really speaks to you, what fragrance really speaks to you. I believe it's either 6 or 7 fragrance blends that I've done so far. I'm probably going to keep it around that ballpark. I may add one more, maybe. I'm thinking about it. I may add one more if the creativity strikes, because I did just come up with one yesterday that I am struggling to decide on a name for, and I have changed the name for this fragrance a good 4 or 5 times. So that one has a working title of Smoke and Spells, but Smoke and Spells is really hard to say, and like over and over and over and over again. And I was struggling remembering the name when I was talking to my partner about it yesterday, and he was trying to help me out with brainstorming names, and we were just going back and forth with different names. So I put them all together and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to think over it. And here it is, noon the next day, and I still have not been able to figure out a name. So that will have its name. It won't be Smoke and Spells anymore. I'll put the official name up here so you guys kind of have an idea of, oh, that's the one that gave her so much issue, because it is incense, luxury, sweetness, goodness. Like it just, it is my favorite blend that I've made so far, which is saying something because I've made quite a few. But I'm really excited about it, but I want the name to reflect the uniqueness of that fragrance, because it's not every day that you have a fragrance that is incensey, but not smoky and feminine without being powdery. And it just, you strange girlies out there, this is going to be the one that you're probably going to be most enticed by, because it is such a statement fragrance, but it is wonderful. So that will have a name. Right now it's a pending name. So about 7 or 8 fragrances are probably going to be what we start with, and that's probably going to be our permanent line. And as I mentioned in the past, I want to do special editions. I want that fragrance list to not be set in stone. I want it to actually be flexible depending on what does well, what doesn't do well. If I do have one that I just want to test out and throw out there to see if you guys like, that's another reason we're going to have that's another reason I wanted to have the Etsy. If there are any experimental products that I'm working with, I want to be able to kind of list that at a discounted price and get some feedback. So I think that'd be a really cool way to get you guys involved with the store, because I do want to make sure I'm delivering the best items for you guys. and you guys also get the benefit of having a slight discount and trying something new. So super excited about having this Etsy shop reopened, and that way I can make sure to deliver the best website that I can, because doing all of this on my own for the most part, I have had some help with my partner and stuff like that, but I have a specific vision. I want to at least get my hands on it first and then have him help me fine tune it as needed, but I'm also stubborn, so I want to get as much done myself as possible, because I have such a specific vision. And this takes some of the stress of trying to put a deadline on when the website absolutely has to be live. I'm hoping that it'll be live by the 1st of March, but that also gives us time to where you guys can try things on Etsy. So with that being said, I have a discount code for you guys, a promo code. I'm going to put it right here, and it is going to give you 10% off your order. I'm not going to have a minimum. I'm going to just do a 10% off, and that way this gets you guys introduced to my items, and you can also give me feedback. I can hear what you guys think about things, but then you also get to try out these items before I have a full grand reopening. Not really, but as I have a grand reopening, I kind of get to treat Etsy as like the soft open. So that's kind of how I'm treating that. It's kind of how I'm looking at the Etsy shop. That's going to be our specials, our one-offs, and a temporary home for our products while we're getting the website all the way live. So super excited. Again, as I'm just putting the promo code here. So you guys see it, you can make note of it, you can share it with your friends. It'll be in our first newsletters that go out. I have somebody that already subscribed to the newsletter. I'm super excited. If you know who you are, because I don't want to give your information away if you're not cool with that. But thank you so much for those of you who have been sharing things already and liking and engaging in my posts and my promotions for the different vlogs. I put a lot of work into everything that I do, so seeing it being appreciated, but even more so just seeing it being spread around for others to appreciate just means a lot to me. So I do really thank you guys, those of you who are my early backers, those of you who are following me from my original Etsy shop, those of you who are following me from those Etsy days. I thank you all. I'm really excited to keep seeing where this grows. I feel like it's happening so fast. I feel like this is just a great time of growth in my life, and I'm finally in a spot where I feel like anything's possible. And I feel like I'm going, and I know I'm not going to stop anywhere short of reaching my dreams, and I'm really excited going forward. I'm going to save getting all emotional with you guys right now, but I'm getting really excited, and I hope you guys are too. So if you made note of the promo code, awesome. If not, go back, make a note of it, or whatever. Go add your stuff to your Etsy cart and save the promo code so you can come back later and check it out. Check out if you want to. I encourage you guys, please use that promo code. It is there for you guys to be able to have some early access to items at a discounted price, since you guys are being so patient with this shop launch. I really appreciate you guys. Again, I appreciate everything that's been happening. I'm very thankful. I can't wait to come back with the fragrance list, and also showing you guys the soaps that we're going to have. And Until next time, I hope you all stay your most beautiful and authentic selves. Bye.